Hey, how's it going, YouTube? So in this video, well, you're seeing some still shots right now, but this is the lineup getting into the Hoover Dam when I went up last Friday. So that was pretty cool. Took us like an hour to get in. That's the new I-11 bridge right there. I'll talk about that kind of a little bit later on in the video. And then finally, here's a picture from the Lake Mead side of the dam. That's the famous towers you see, and if anyone remembers Black Mesa or Half-Life 1, the dam is in that game, so kind of fun fact. There's the other side, got power generation down there. There's a new Interstate 11 bridge, formerly US 93. Department of the Interior right here. I'll back up now.
We're going to. So right down there, and I'll be down there in a moment, okay? Here with me, my name is JR, I'm the Power Plant Tour Guide. Currently, you're located right here on this infrastructure map of the Hoover Dam site. Everything they accomplished in 5 years. I'm going to try and talk about all that here. To build the Hoover Dam, they had to move that water around a construction site. That was a big challenge. So they blasted out 4 tunnels, 2 on the Nevada side, 2 on the Arizona side. Blasted them out to 56 feet in diameter, lined them with 3 feet of concrete. That made them 50 feet in diameter by the time they were finished. Each one of them ranged from 3,500 to 4,300 feet in length, roughly 3/4 of a mile. Took them 19 months to blast that out of solid volcanic rock and line it with concrete. Pretty big task in itself. Now once they were completed with that, they built 2 coffer dams, one upriver, one downriver. Upper coffer dam was 98 feet tall. That lifted the Colorado River into these diversion tunnels, moving it around a construction site. Lower coffer dam, 66 feet tall, prevents water from backfilling into the construction site. Once they isolated that half mile for construction, that area was drained at 135 feet of loose rock and sediment, removed to expose the bedrock below. Now they were ready to build the Hoover Dam. So buckets containing 8 cubic yards of concrete. Now remember that, because the folks on the Power Plant Tour, when you go upstairs in the visitor center, there's a full-size model up there. So 8 cubic yards, just shy of 16 tons. And that was lowered via the cableways once every 78 seconds, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for 1 week, shy of 2 years. Took less than 2 years to build the dam. First bucket was placed 11:20 a.m., 6 June 1933. Last bucket was placed May 29th, 1935. Pretty impressive, right? Yeah, don't be too impressed, folks. They got 2 days off a year. Independence Day and Christmas. Yep, they could have got this thing done 4 days faster if they had just worked right through it. Isn't that amazing? 6 June 1933. I say that tongue-in-cheek because 6 June 1933 was the beginning of one of the hottest summers on records. Temperatures approached 130, 140 degrees that summer. It was an amazing build, folks. They endured great hardship down here. 96 people died building the Hoover Dam. Now, once the dam was completed, these 3 diversion tunnels were shut down. That allowed Lake Mead to form. It took 6.5 years for that to get up to level. Now, during the last year of construction, these 4 intake towers were built. Now, they've never done this before. They built them on a shelf, on a canyon walls 250 feet high. Additionally, they're 395 feet tall. Now, what do? Each one of them feed a 30-foot pipe, 2 3/4 inch steel. We call it a penstock pipe, and that is right out there. That pipe carries water from this intake tower through that penstock pipe through a manifold system of 13-foot pipes that deliver it to the left, through the turbines, which spin a generator's water is released downriver between the U-shaped building at the bottom of the dam. Once all that infrastructure came into play, lower coffer dam was destroyed to allow water downriver. Upper coffer dam intact to this day. Now, that vibration you feel below your feet, that's water passing below your feet through that penstock pipe. When it's going at capacity, 96,000 gallons per second, or enough to fill an empty Olympic-sized swimming pool in 6.8 seconds. So it's serious water, folks. Now spillways, bless you. One more. No, I'm teasing you. So one on the Nevada side, one on the Arizona side. Built 27 feet below the top of the dam. They prevent water from going over the top of the dam. Water has never been over the top of the Hoover Dam before. If it starts during your tour today, do your best to keep up with guide as we exit the building. Okay? I'm teasing. But water has been over the spillways twice. Once in 1941 when they tested it. And then once, 1983. Snowmelt, heavy rainfall over western Colorado Rockies. Overwhelmed the upper and lower Colorado Basin. Lake Mead is 96% melted snow out of the western Rockies. Pretty amazing. Water was over the spillways for 63 consecutive days. It crested just 7 feet below the top of the dam. That meant 20 feet of water was over the spillways. So between the Arizona and Nevada spillways, that was the equivalent of what goes over Niagara Falls at any given time at the peak. That's in excess of 200,000 cubic feet per second. So pretty impressive show. 8 people died downriver, $80 million worth of damage. All right, so there you have it, folks. 5 years of construction, explained less than 5 minutes. Have a nice day. All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take you out there. We're gonna stay in a single line. We're gonna go to the elevator and go to the balcony overlooking the Nevada power plant. If you're with a small group, please stay together so we don't separate you on the elevators, okay? Thank you very much. All right, folks, anywhere alongside the rails. Come on in, don't stop. Don't stop at the door, just keep coming. Once we get everyone in, then we can jockey for a position.
Nevada side.
Come on in, ladies and gentlemen.
Nevada 1 is offline. Nevada 2 is on.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Bureau Reclamation, welcome to the Nevada side of the power plant. Now, this is a time in the tour that I get to test your knowledge. So based on the information that I've given you so far, anybody tell me, everybody guesses, what direction is Lake Mead? All right, very good. Some of you are pointing to my right. That is the direction of Lake Mead. The only thing standing between us and Lake Mead is, in fact, the Hoover Dam. The Hoover Dam stands 726.4 feet tall, spans across Black Canyon 1,244 feet, measuring that curvature. At the very top, it is 45 feet thick. That allows a 2-lane road over it and a few pedestrians. But at the very bottom, being an arch gravity dam, it's going to be really thick, 660 feet thick. Now, I'm a visual guy. I'm going to show that to you. All to my right, all the way down to the end of the bay. The length of the Nevada power plant is 650 feet. Add 10 feet to that, you got the thickness at the very bottom of the dam. That is 199 feet below us. Downriver, we got 8 red commercial grade generators. Got 9 on the Arizona side for a total of 17. They stand 70 feet tall, but you only see the top 30 feet of it. That shaft on Nevada 1, that thing's 38 inches thick, 65 feet long. That extends below the deck 40 feet, connects to that Francis turbine, and that spins the whole operation. They rotate at 180 revolutions per minute and generate 130 megawatts of electricity. That's enough to power about 65,000 homes and businesses. When you pull them all together, 2,080 megawatts of electricity and enough to power about 1.3 million homes and businesses. So those lights up top, if they are on, that means that generator's in operation. Now I'd like to draw your attention to that rust-colored item on the floor surrounded by a fence. That's what we call pellet water wheel. Second type of generator we have on site. We have one here and one in Arizona. That thing's horizontally mounted, rotates 300 revolutions per minute, generates 2.4 megawatts of electricity. Now, why is that so important to us? Well, that powers everything that we use here on site. So the bridge cranes, lights, elevator, cafe, all powered by the pellet water wheel. Up top, we got 2 green P&H bridge cranes. Yeah, we also have 2 in Arizona. The American flag's attached to the first one here. They span across the bay, but they have the ability to roll the full length of the bay on the rail system you see on the top right and top left. They do our heavy lifting for us. Just one of those bridge cranes can lift 300 tons. So I'm a perspective guy. Here we go. Just one of them can lift the Statue of Liberty. The one in New York City, not Las Vegas, okay? Yeah, the one one in Las Vegas, the one with the jersey on her, get her out of your head. The real Lady Liberty weighs 225 tons. Now, that's pretty impressive by most standards, but it's not good enough for the work here at the Hoover Dam. The rotors in those commercial grade generators weigh as much as 580 tons. So it requires both those generators lifting together as a super crane to do that heavy lifting. Now lastly, the terrazzo marble flooring you're standing on, Art Deco in style. Yeah, Art Deco, it's consistent with the artwork here at the Hoover Dam. When the Hoover Dam was built, it was the largest dam in the world. When he got the fourth generator online, it was the largest hydroelectric plant in the world. So it was built with tourism in mind. So the floor was installed by the Martina family in 1936. It covers 121,000 square feet of power plant area and 3.5 inches thick. The price tag, less than $52,000 to install. If you try to do that today with the same parameters, it'd be about $8 million. Now the inlays, the one right over there behind all of you and one to my right rear, those were designed by Alan Tucker True. He introduced Southwest Native American pottery art as his inspiration. Hoover Dam was one of the first U.S. government structures in the United States to have Native American art in it, so we're pretty proud of that. Circular one symbolic of the water spinning a turbine, and the one to my right rear has an outlet symbolic of the power generated by the plant. So ladies and gentlemen, that completes what I have to say. Ladies and gentlemen with the red, white, and blue wristbands, raise your hands, please. Right over there is Kalina. She is going to take you into the Hoover Dam. The rest of us, power plant folks, please stay put. We're going to get accountability of those folks. I will lead you out, and we're going to go out to the elevator and go up to the visitor center. Thanks for your cooperation. Have a wonderful day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the water that you see coming through the canyon walls is seepage. We don't say the L word at the Hoover Dam, okay? It's natural. We got warm springs in the area. Lake Mead pushes water through it. It just naturally comes through the canyon walls. We capture it and send it downriver. If it's got green in it, it's got copper residue in it. If it's got red, it's got iron. White is calcium carbonate. 96 people died building a Hoover Dam. That meant they died on property. If they were overcome by carbon monoxide or heat exposure, which was a definitive threat down here, another satisfied tourist. If they were overcome by heat or carbon monoxide and got moved off property and died, chances were they classified as a pneumonia casualty. Now that was key because 1, natural cause death, 2, non-construction, 3, they didn't get the life benefit from 6 companies. So it was devastating on the families. It was not a worker-friendly environment. So does anybody have any questions about the Hoover Dam?
So what do they do for like ventilation down here now?
Ventilation is forced ventilation. That big black pipe that you saw on the top of the diversion tunnel down there, that was forced ventilation. And so it creates a vacuum effect in here through, so when we get in and out of the elevators, you can feel that draft coming through. It stays about 70 degrees down here year round.
Very cool.
What else we got? Come on. I like this group.
So what's the max power output for the, like if they had every generator on Nevada side and Arizona?
Max output is 2,008 megawatts, and that's including the pellet and water wheels. So that's enough to power about 1.3 million homes and businesses. When we talk megawatts so people can figure out, a megawatt is 1,000,000 watts. So when people learn that, they can kind of do the math on how many 100-watt light bulbs they can operate in a grid. The Hoover Dam, for its time, was state-of-the-art. It used to only output 1,338 megawatts, but in the late 1980s and the early 1990s, GE came in and redid those Francis turbines and the stator coils, and it improved it by almost doubling the output. Okay?
Cool.
So we got elevators, so let's go.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. This is the area that I'm filming right now. It's just the overlook area. You can just take some cool pictures of the dam. Just tells you on this like little monument here, you know, what the power authority is that controls the area for the Colorado River. But pretty cool stuff. I highly recommend going on the tour if you're stopping through Nevada or Arizona, going across that state line. You can see here, this is the power poles essentially. This is what they use here. That's 2300 volts, which is a lot. Would not want to touch that or be working on those lines. But if we walk over this way, you'll see the bottom of the dam, the lower portion. There's power generation for both Nevada and Arizona. If you look over there too, you can see at the very end, that's one of those spillways. So very cool stuff. Always love infrastructure projects. Going back to this picture, this is the I-11 bridge, so you can't come into the dam from the Arizona side now. You have to go across the I-11 bridge, and then from the I-11 bridge, take your first exit, and you'll pretty much enter from the Nevada side and go through security and all that stuff. They did that for security purposes. I'm hoping they open up the US 93 side during hot days, or during days that there's a lot of people trying to go to the dam, because that way you're taking traffic off the Nevada side, but you just prohibit people from crossing the bridge via car. There's other ways you can do that, but we'll see what they decide. Didn't sound like, talking to the Department of the Interior, that they were going to open up the US 93 side on Arizona again. So unless maybe they're doing maintenance on the Nevada side. But anyways, hope you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, dislike, do whatever you want to do. Just comment, let me know below what you want to see. I'm trying to film my trips, any cool areas that I go to, infrastructure related or what have you. I do want to record it, so I will be probably uploading this on my personal channel for all my travel videos. So as I said, if you want to see anything, let me know and I'll try to set it up. Anyways, thanks for watching. Again, like, comment, subscribe, and stay classy, everyone.